Hey everybody, what I'm about to share with you is not only real, but it's going to make most of you watching this very, very angry. And it should, because you have been sold a bill of goods since 1982. And I'm going to break down why the RNC, the GOP, and conservative groups in general cannot legally fight voter fraud. Here it goes. Back in 1982, there was a consent decree signed by the RNC and the DNC. Back in 1981, New Jersey gubernatorial election was being held, and the DNC brought legal action against the RNC in the U.S. District Court in New Jersey. They were accusing the RNC of discriminating against minority voters and violating the 1965 Voting Rights Act. What they were accused of is what is known as voter caging, which is the practice of sending mass direct mail to registered voters by non-forwardable mail, then compiling lists of voters to challenge their right to vote or have any validity. The decree states, quote, "The RNC, its agents, its servants, its employers are bound by this decree, quote, whether acting or indirectly through other party committees." So what this means is this decree actually stops the RNC, the NRCC, the GOP, independent expenditure groups, PACs, you name it, from challenging voter fraud issues. It was then modified in 1987 to say this: this decree also covers, quote, ballot security activities, including integrity and any and all efforts to prevent or remedy voter fraud. That's what I think of that decree. Now, what's critical about this is that all along this election, 2012, 2008, all the elections in the 1990s, elections in the 1980s, when there has been voter fraud, when there's been fraudulent ballots cast, the Republicans have never done anything about it. And now you know why. Because legally, they cannot do anything about it because these weak suck morons sold us down the river. They were so afraid of doing whatever it is that they were accused of doing and being in trouble and being called a racist or whatever against minorities that they actually decided to give away their right to fight voter fraud. This is critical. The attorneys for the Donald Trump campaign, they need to file an emergency injunction right away. If their lawyers are out there and they're worrying about voter fraud and they're worrying about stopping voter fraud and some of these other things, then what they need to do is they need to take this seriously. I just got an email saying that they're going to spend about $140 million on putting through attack ads, and they're going to do a $140 million blitz, which is great. I love it. That's awesome. But if you're going to do that, why don't you take the lawyers that you're going to fight voter fraud with, that you say that you're going to fight with, and instead file an emergency injunction immediately. Get a judge to hear this right away so that we can modify and get away from this decree. Because we know that the left is cheating because we're allowing them to cheat. We've told them since 1982, hey, guess what, guys? No problem. Continue to cheat and we'll do nothing about it. And that's why I said, when you're watching this, you're going to be angry. Now, if that wasn't going to make you mad enough, how about this? Since 1982, this decree has been renewed every single election cycle by the original judge who was appointed by Jimmy Carter, District Judge Dixon R. Debevoise. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. He's long been retired. He may be dead by now, I don't know, but long retired. This scumbag judge would literally come out of retirement every single year just to uphold this decree. Now, the RNC has tried to fight this. They have appealed this decision to the courts many, many times. Every election cycle they've done it, and it is always upheld. Why? Because every single damn time it is put in front of a liberal judge. As a matter of fact, most recently it was affirmed by Obama-appointed Judge Joseph Greenaway Jr. So again, the Trump attorneys need to file an emergency injunction right now, today. The minute they see this, send this video to the Trump campaign, put it on the Trump pages, put it in the Trump groups. I'm here to give you real information, information that you probably have never heard before, and information that you can now take and use at your disposal by sharing and caring enough to tweet it and share it and post it everywhere. Get the attention of the Trump campaign and get them to file an emergency injunction against this decree that has been in place since 1982. And in the meantime, I also want you to go to fvote, the letter F, vote.me/MASA. F as in Frank, V as in Victor, O as in Ocean, T as in Tom, E as in Edward, .M as in Mary, E as in Edward, / Mary, Apple, Sam, Apple. So fvote.me/MASA for Make America Safe Again. Go to that URL and download the Friends Vote app. Okay, this is something that we're working on behind the scenes, and we're trying to get as many people to use this app. It is literally a digital door knocking mechanism where you'll have all of your contacts in your phone. You can then contact your contacts and tell them to get out there and vote and support Donald Trump. We particularly need this in the Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida states in particular. But please go and download that. I have gotten so many emails that have been coming in. I'm trying to catch up on them. I'm getting all the emails and giving them over to the Make America Safe Again pack. We're working till 3, 4, sometimes 5 o'clock in the morning. You can see the big bags under my eyes. I am relentless to make sure that Donald Trump wins this election in the next 13 days. And I will do everything in my powers to make that happen. Again, if the Trump campaign is going to put out attack ads, great. Take the best of the Project Veritas videos. There's a ton of it. Put it all together into a 1 and 1.5 minute segment and start running those videos all over the place in all of the swing states. All right? Take this video, share it. Now you know the truth why these dirtbags in the RNC and the GOP will not fight voter fraud. That's all I got. Until next time, God bless and be well.